Hi folks, so this is part 2 to the pumpkin details that you should be watching. I'm going to say it at the beginning and I'll say it at the end. After we are all done, please make sure that your pumpkins are 60 millimeters or 6 centimeters, or they're just going to be too big for us to print. Okay, so you need to have a pumpkin and it should have a stem. You need to pick out some sort of detail that you would like to carve into this pumpkin. This is going to be a harder tutorial to do, but I think it personally looks cooler. I've gone ahead and found the text basic shape and I've typed out those letters. Call them boo. Those are just ready and prepared, so you don't have to watch me do those. But I have to make 3 pumpkins now. So I'm going to make 1 pumpkin right now, and I'm going to click Command D or Control D, and I'm going to send that pumpkin downtown. So I'm going to send him way down there because I'm going to need him for later. Then I'm going to click Command D or Control D again and duplicate and make another pumpkin. But I want to turn that pumpkin into a hole. I want to see the top view, and I'm going to hold the Shift key, and I'm also going to drag that pumpkin shape out a little bit and hit the arrow keys to center it to make sure that it is fully even on all sides. Fantastic. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my boo and I'm going to center it in here, and I'm going to make this boo a little bit of more of a tube, just so that I know it's making full contact with the inside. Not quite centered, hit the arrow key to center it. Okay, so scooch that in a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a box. Come over here and drag that box nice and big in there. And just because it's annoying to me, I like to change the color of things so I know exactly what I'm working with. And I also want to make sure that this box goes above my boo. The next thing that I want to do is I want to make this second outside shell of the pumpkin disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and hit the Shift key and click on the outside box, merge them. And my computer's a little slow today and the internet, so things might take a little while. And then ta-da! Oops, I didn't want to move that. Ta-da, I have my outside shell. I've got this guy right here. I can see the boo, and it looks good. Next thing, I'm going to turn the inside pumpkin into a hole, and I'm going to hit the Shift key, and I'm going to click on my boo or my detail, and I'm going to merge those two. And now I've got these little shapes here, and now what I'm going to do is turn the outside box into a hole, so it looks like that, and I'm going to hold the Shift key and click on the boo, and then I am going to group those two. And my computer's working a little slow, so sorry. Okay, so that's what I should have. That's perfect. And now I'm going to grab this pumpkin down here and bring it up. Zippity-doo-dah. I'm going to bring that and put it wherever I need it or wherever I want it. And so now you can see they all match up. And then the last thing I need to do is group everything. So I'm going to turn that into a hole, because remember, this is a carving into the pumpkin. And then I'm going to click the Shift key and click on the pumpkin on the outside, and I'm going to group them. And so now it's carved into the pumpkin. And of course my computer's taking a little while. La-di-da. And boom, there you go. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit on my pumpkin, you can see how Boo has been carved into the pumpkin that I will be hopefully 3D printing. Again, you are not doing exactly what I am doing. This is just a demonstration so that you can learn how to carve away from your pumpkin. But that's a pretty cool effect. I think this is better than the first tutorial. You can do either of them, but in my opinion, the carving out is a much better one than the adding things to it. It's just more Halloween-y. We carve into pumpkins. We don't necessarily add to them. Well, at least in my family, we don't. And last but not least, don't forget, I'm going to click on this pumpkin. I'm going to grab my ruler. I'm going to throw my ruler onto here. And if you see my pumpkin's width right here is 64. That can't possibly be because remember the maximum is 60. I'm going to hit return. And I'm going to click on this here. And it is now 60. So now you see how it went down and it scaled down evenly. And that is my pumpkin. That is 60 by 60. So that's, I don't know, is that about 3 inches or something? 2 inches? It's a 2-inch pumpkin ready to print. Have fun. Make sure that everything in your table group, everybody has a different pumpkin to differentiate from each other because we're going to be printing them all at the same time. And have fun.